So we've done previous videos on working from concealment, how do we improve our draw, but today I'm gonna be specific on how do we work from a holster with retention. Now this could be something with a hood or just level 1 retention like I have here on the Safariland 6360 series. But for me, there have been a few keys that I've taken away from other classes as well as lessons learned with this holster that I wanna share with you guys today. So let's get into it. Guys, if you're new to the channel, my name's Josh with Force Frontier. We have life-saving training as well as life-saving gear on our website. Links found in the description below. If you guys want to find out more about what Force Frontier can offer you, check those links out. Go to our website, forcefrontier.com, to find out more. Now, how we grab the pistol and extract it from the holster doesn't really change whether we're working from concealment or outside the waistband. However, with retention, there are a few things that we got to keep in mind. Simulating I have a hood here, which I wear for work, I really need to focus on an 11-to-5 principle. I'm taking this from Hunter Freeland. His courses are incredible. I'd make sure you check out hfshooting.com. His 11-to-5 principle just means I'm coming from the rear of the pistol into the beaver tail, where I would collect it and get as high up on that beaver tail with the webbing between my thumb and index finger as I can. That principle is really, really crucial when it comes to retention holsters, because if I have that hood on there, simulating that I shove it forward with that rear diamond, and then as I bring it back, I already have that webbing of my hand, that webbing of my palm already high up on that beaver tail. And I'm able to get this thumb latch manipulated. So in real time, I'm able to hit the thumb latch as I pull it out. What we see with students is a couple of things. First and foremost, we go to grab it and we get caught, and then we start to release that thumb latch. That's inefficient. I want to get on it quick, 11-to-5, down to where I get the webbing high up on that beaver tail, and then I'm able to roll my thumb into the grip and bring that gun out of the holster. That's the goal. But when it comes to speed and efficiency out of the holster, the two big things that I see with how we lose speed while drawing is going to be the beginning and the end. For the beginning, it's not having a fast twitch to the holster. It's not responding to the stimulus, in this case, the beep of the timer, as quickly as you possibly could. So what I see is it's kind of a lack of urgency to the gun, grab it, and then presenting up. And we don't want to do that. We want to make sure that when we present, when we get to the holster, we are snatching that thing out of the holster. Another thing Hunter Freeland talks about is violently bouncing that gun out of the holster. Because there's a piece of equipment here preventing my gun from coming out without releasing it, I want to make sure that as I come down 11-to-5, even if I sweep my hand here, I bounce the thing out of the holster. That way I can get it out as quickly as possible and I establish that grip more consistently. So let me demonstrate a few different ways that, common things that I see when we're teaching classes, how individuals are pulling this thing out of the holster, some more ideal than others. So just for you at home watching this, going off of the timer, taking my time, getting that thing out, not being super, explosive towards the gun, 266 overall. Also not ideal, but 233 time. I'm getting caught in the holster. And then that time, obviously a lot more efficient. You guys get the idea. That was a 126 overall. Pretty typical for me out of the holster from 10 yards, making sure I hit that A zone. That's about where I'm at, but we can speed things up. So how do we do that? Well, I want to shoot sooner. I want to make sure that as I present out, and we've talked about this in other videos, as I present out, I'm staring at a portion of the target and the dot just is somewhere within that acceptable area and I pull the trigger. Anywhere in that A zone, it could be bottom left corner, it could be top right corner. If I've determined that's the target for me and that's the target I'm gonna hit, I'm not as concerned about hitting it dead center as I am just hitting it somewhere in that zone. Now, if I want to challenge myself, I draw a circle or I put a sticker up there, something that will, be my point of reference to really focus on, and that's my target, then things change a little bit. But if we're using just an IPSC target and I want to really push things, I'm going to show you a few ways that we can just snap into the holster to get that thing out sooner, and then staring at a portion of the target so that when I draw up, I'm able to hit where I'm looking. A little bit late on that, 124. Made up time out of the holster, however, I took up time downrange, over confirming the sight and losing it on the way up. So one way I can fix that is just by bringing my support hand closer to the gun, establishing that grip sooner, and then I should be able to center up that dot right where I'm looking. .117, good hit. Bad grip, 103. I'd still got the hit, but if I were to make follow-up shots from there, my left-hand grip wasn't super established there. Got hung up, but still a 148. So even getting hung up, even over confirming, if I am quicker and I have that twitch response to the holster, it still makes up time like I showed you before. Not having an urgency to the gun, being in the 2-second range, 2.66 or 2.3 range is not ideal. I want to be well below 2 seconds. Good hit, 104, and let's see if we can break a second. 9.6. So could I break a second at 10 yards on an A-zone target every single time? No, I can't. However, I can feel what that feels like. How do I push myself to get to that point? And it really comes down to that 11-to-5 principle, being able to hit that thumb latch, making sure I get that clean all-in-one motion, and then I establish my grip, stare at a portion of the target, and I don't hang out there. When I say don't hang out there, that means when this timer goes off, I'm not sitting there fast out of here and then I'm fishing around for the dot. So my head just stays upright, bring the dot into view, and then once it's in that acceptable area that I've determined is okay, somewhere within that A zone, in this case on an IPSC target, I pull the trigger. Guys, if you enjoyed this video and you found this information useful, make sure you hit that like button. You want to see future content, subscribe, and if you have other ways of explaining this methodology on how to get this gun out of the holster, different strategies that you've used that you found useful, make sure you share it with the rest of the folks watching this video in the comment section down below. With that, guys, we will see you on the next video.